Hey everyone, it's Lori, and I am in sunny Arizona right now. I'm visiting my sister with my brother and my sister-in-law and my adorable nephew. So this week I am Aunt Lori! So I'm here and it's sunny and beautiful, and we've been spending time at the pool and we've been hiking mountains. And there's a rabid dog on the other side of this fence, apparently. Okay, this might not work. I have to do this kind of quickly just because I don't want to get sunburnt, and I of course will shoot in the sun and outside whenever possible. I don't know if you've noticed this yet, but so that's what I'm doing today. And this week's topic is about figuring out if you're trans or not. And we have two baby beavers that had questions about coming out as trans, and if we've ever thought we were trans. So I'm going to try to get to all the parts of the question, but really I'm not an expert. I'm just a supporter. So I want to kind of get that out there. And I think Jess had a really informative video, and I look forward to even hearing more about like what AJ has to say, being like identifying as butch, and also of course Cade being our trans friend who knows a lot about that. Um, so I'm just going to kind of tell you what I know, what I think, being with my experience. I do know people that transition later in life. I can only imagine that it's difficult. I've always felt comfortable being female. I think sometimes I struggle with knowing how to express being female just because there's a lot of different ways how to do it. Um, so I can't imagine feeling like I'm a prisoner in the wrong body, or like I was born in the wrong body. Um, or just having that constantly, like a constant reminder from just looking down, that you don't feel as though you are who you feel that you are. So I definitely can empathize, but it's hard for me to sympathize because I have not felt it myself. But I really just, it must be very difficult. But that's why I think, like Jess said, to have a lot of support is really good. um, and I think just figuring it out, I think that kind of experimenting, having the support, talking about it. I mean, this is not my go-to, but I think that I very much so support, like, going to a therapist or talking to someone, like if you don't feel comfortable talking to anyone else, and it's confidential, and just a place where you can kind of like assess, and a place that you can, like a safe place too, that because a lot of times you just got to work it out too, like work it out. Okay, so what do I feel, why do I feel this way? And also piggybacking on Jess, what she said about gender identity versus sexual orientation. Sometimes you feel as though you don't identify with your gender because you don't identify with what your typical gender, what that is, what the attraction is, what the expected attraction is. There's just a lot of factors, and I don't even feel like I am well versed enough to speak intelligently about the subject. So I'm going to try not to make myself sound like an idiot and offend anyone. So I'm just going to say that you need to just kind of figure it out, kind of like how you figure out that you're gay. I think you have to kind of figure out that you're trans, and the only way to do that is trial and error, or just doing a lot of soul searching and self-assessment, and research on your own, or to find a community or somebody that you can relate to and that you feel safe speaking openly about, so you can be honest and get down to the bottom line, of what is your truth. And I think if you're able to do that, then at least you'll have some kind of resolve, because I think that being kind of in an in-between stage, or in between this and that, not necessarily between male and female, but between like feeling like this is right as opposed to feeling like this is wrong, like be for you, like where you lie in some kind of spectrum, just to finally find that role and find that place or that niche or that identity. I think is really important, just to have like a resolution, like a final, like a chord, like when you resolve a chord, like in music. I just think that if you're living in discord, and if you're living in, I don't know, I'm getting too deep here for my own good. But I just think that finding some kind of resolve, so that you feel at peace with yourself and that you feel confident and proud of who you are, is what you need to get to. So whatever it takes to get there, sometimes it's going through a lot of difficult things, and I think that you just have to know that it's a difficult journey, no matter what it is that you're identifying with or not identifying with, or It's just, you're always going to meet some kind of obstacles, and it's just about what you are bringing to those obstacles depends on how you can get through it, or get by it, or get over it, or get to a better place. So I hope that you can. And to our little baby viewers who wrote in, I hope that your journey is filled with acceptance, and from yourself and from those that you care about, because um, you deserve to feel good. You deserve to feel good. As long as you're not hurting anyone, you deserve to feel good. And you know that you have support here at the Beaver Bunch, and I hope that you can come to us and ask us your questions, or even just find people through the other baby beavers that are going through the same thing, and kind of network there too. So good luck, and from Arizona, I will see you next Tuesday. Happy birthday, Michelle! Today's Michelle's birthday. This is my sister, Shelly. I'm visiting her, and we just wanted to also say happy birthday to Michelle.
Happy birthday.
Bye.